Hello, welcome back to How About That Crypto. You're watching your daily crypto news and updates with your host, Bitcoin Stylist on Twitter and Bitcoin Hairstylist on Instagram. I'm here explaining crypto and Web3 while keeping you up to date on all the latest. Today's news stories are FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried said he's down to drop up to $1 billion on U.S. elections in 2024. He also bought up a stake in Robinhood. What? What does that mean? U.S. House of Representatives introduces a bill to give you the freedom to invest your own money how you see fit, specifically in your 401k. And if you stay till the end, I have an update for you on the SHIB coin. What does all this mean? Not to worry, I will explain it all. But first, if you like or don't like the content, please leave me a comment below. If you're listening on podcast, please give me a rating and follow me. 5 stars is preferable. If you're watching on YouTube, please smash the subscribe button, ring the bell, help support the channel, and it doesn't cost you anything. Just to be clear and litigious, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. You can use links below to do your own research. All right. Hope you had a great weekend. I have no more plans that should keep me away from you until July 4th. So June should be full of news and more interviews. Speaking of which, how did you like the interviews? I see the one with the accountant was more widely viewed. How about Theo, the high school senior who's building a Web3 app? Let me know your thoughts. Okay, today's news is really awesome, I think. It's also to me. As I've mentioned in the past, I specifically report on regulation updates. This could be anything involving the governments of the world. I consider this to be the only risk up until we had all these macro headwinds: inflation, war, pandemic, quantitative tightening, supply chain issues. All these are keeping money from moving into crypto. Crypto is being seen as a risk on asset. It is currently a risk off environment. Therefore, I do not see money coming into this space without some major narrative. I do not see that narrative coming anytime soon. I'll talk a little bit about that. And I mentioned it briefly later on of what I'm doing in regards to that, and maybe we can talk about that a little bit more tomorrow. I also like to report on adoption. Who is into crypto? Who is investing? What naysayers are changing their minds? What new companies and services are there? Where is the tech going, etc.? Well, I got something pretty big for you, so I'm just going to share my screen. If you're listening on podcasts, you can use the links below to follow along, or just listen up. FTX is based. Oops, let's see. There we go. FTX is based. Sam Bankman-Fried, the founder of exchange FTX. FTX is based in the Bahamas and does really big business. And Sam has also been in front of Congress and has advocated for clarity and regulation with a favor leaning towards the CFTC. Well, now he's throwing down with the big dogs. Author Alex Seatswald reports for CNBC, crypto billionaire says he could spend a record-breaking $1 billion in 2024. I'm just going to read something for you here. Bankman-Fried, the 30-year-old founder of the cryptocurrency exchange FTX, said in a podcast interview released Tuesday that he expects to give north of $100 million in the next presidential election and has a soft ceiling of $1 billion, with his spending likely to be on the higher end if former President Donald Trump runs again. That kind of money would be in a league of its own, said Alex Baumgart, a researcher with the campaign finance tracker Open Secrets. So I'm going to assume that means he is not a Donald Trump fan. When the first paragraph, it does say Democratic billionaire. So just give you some context. He has donated more than 200 million US dollars already. He is not committing to the spending, but at these elevated levels, he would be competing with the biggest single donors in history. This is what the 30-year-old founder said in a recent podcast. I guess north of $100 million. As for how much more than that, I don't know. It really does depend on what happens. It's really dependent on exactly who's running where for what. He said on Pushkin Industries podcast, "What's your problem?" $1 billion is a decent thing to look at, as I would hate to say hard ceiling, because who knows what's going to happen between now and then, but at least sort of as a soft ceiling. Okay, so what do you think about that? And this article goes on to compare like other single donors. It says Republican casino moguls dropped $218 million. Bloomberg and Tom, whoever that is, spent between 75 and 150 million dollars, and George Soros spent $215 just in the midterms. 215 million, sorry, just in this year's midterms. So that puts Sam Bankman-Fried and the crypto world in running with the biggest donors. And unfortunately, in the US, how much money you raise and how much money you can use to influence politics tends to get you results that you want. And so while it sucks to say that, at least we got someone in our corner that's ready to throw down like this. Okay, so what are your thoughts? What do you think about this? I think this is massive. If he's really willing to spend that much money, then we can feel confident that Congress will at least be educated in crypto. All right, let's keep moving on. Dun, dun, dun. Get rid of some of this junk. Author Greg Rumaliotis and Hannah Lang report for Reuters. Crypto exchange FTX CEO reveals stake in trading app Robinhood. Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX are not done yet. Not only is he looking to make major sways in politics, but he, through his company FTX, has purchased a 7.6% stake in Robinhood. What a great chance to buy a beaten down company. Are there any stocks or crypto that you're buying during this downtrend? Tech companies and crypto have taken the brunt of it, 30 to 80% discounts across the board here. What are you buying? Any crypto, any stocks that are beaten down? Are you waiting? Do you think they're going to go down more? Please leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. I am currently tax loss harvesting. So hopefully there's no big push higher that lasts very long until after end of June. This is when my 30 days is up. So there's a 30-day rule on trades. If you on trades, stocks and crypto, if you want to write off the losses. So like just now we had, anywhere from 40 to 70% declines in crypto. So some of my more beaten down crypto, I decided I would just sit on the sidelines for 30 days, 30 plus a day. So 31 days. And then I will buy back my positions. Most likely buy back all my positions that I was in. And that way I own the same amount of crypto, and I can deduct my losses. Those losses can be written off into perpetuity, and you can even pass along a few $1,000s onto my regular income. This is not tax advice. See your accountant, ask them about tax loss harvesting. And basically, I've gotten off topic. So let's get back to the story. Sam Bankman-Fried, he's saying he's going to drop $1 billion on politics as he wants to have influence, especially if it's Donald Trump, because apparently he doesn't like him. And he also through FTX bought Robinhood. Robinhood is a stock trading application with some crypto. They're increasing their crypto offerings, and FTX is going to tokenize stocks so you can trade stocks 24/7, because stocks will now be either a fungible token listed as from the company, or it'll be an NFT representing one actual stock. So let's get back to the story. I want to read something for you here. Bankman-Fried said in the filing that it was possible that his position may evolve and he could end up pushing for changes. He disclosed he started building his stake at Robinhood in the middle of March, according to a filing with the SEC. And he now owns more than 56 million shares, which he purchased for more than $648 million. So we got the marriage between the crypto and traditional finance happening by way of Robinhood. We have the same people who are getting involved in that marriage pledging to spend as much as $1 billion on politics. What do you think? Do you think that this is going mainstream? Do you think that eventually we're going to be in a position where crypto is just embedded into our lives and just right there? I mean, that's what's happening with Robinhood and now FTX. So let's see where this goes. Please leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. I think this is massively bullish. Do you disagree? Do you agree? Tell me why or why not. And moving on. So this article is pretty good. It is its author, Senator Tommy Tuberville, Republican from Alabama, writes an op-ed, cryptocurrency should be allowed in individual retirement plans. That's why I'm introducing the Financial Freedom Act. So this is an opinion piece. I just love the title. It's too good. I just feel like I had to use this one. There are a bunch of different articles you could read for different perspectives on it, but the story still stands. I love the writing so much. I'm going to read you a few paragraphs. So I reported on some of this last week. I talked about how the U.S. Labor Department released guidance in an attempt to ban 401k accounts from investing in cryptocurrency. And yes, literally like what I just said. Like they have this small little department that issues guidance, and other companies have fiduciary responsibility apparently. So if you're a company that creates tires, you have a fiduciary response and you want to offer your employees 401k plans, you have a fiduciary responsibility to make sure those plans are responsible, which is insane. What do you know about sizing up financial products? Shouldn't that just be on the financial institution side? Shouldn't the SEC or somebody be the one saying whether or not this product is acceptable to put in 401ks? The fact that a company that has nothing to do with with the financial markets has to have a responsibility to their employees to responsibly pick 401k offerings. I mean, this is so effing ridiculous. Anyway, I'm going to read you some stuff here, and I'll do my best to read it in a way where you can follow along. The federal government has no business interfering with the ability of American workers to invest their 401k plan savings as they see fit. Amen. Sadly, that's not the Biden administration's view. Remember, this is coming from a Republican. The argument still stands. Tell me what you think. I would love to enter into a debate about this. The U.S. Department of Labor on March 10th released regulatory guidance in an attempt to bar 401k accounts from investing in cryptocurrency, singling out the specific investment type. The guidance came from the Employee Benefits Security Administration, a small but powerful agency inside the Labor Department charged by Congress with regulating the $6.2 trillion 401k investment industry, covering about 91 million American workers. The Labor Department's guidance threatens to investigate plans that allow participants to select investments in cryptocurrency. So they basically, the Labor Department was like, we're going to come after you if you let people invest in crypto. This is how I read it, and this is how I explained it last week. If you let people invest in crypto and crypto falls out and people complain, we're going to sue you, and we're going to use this notice to let you know that you shouldn't have done it in the first place. It's effectively going to keep businesses from offering it because they don't want to be sued. They got a business to run. They're not in financial markets. Anyway, I digress. This is insane. Labor Department's guidance threatened to investigate plans that allow participants to select investments in cryptocurrency, including plans with brokerage windows, a tool used by retirement savers to select their 401k plan. So as a company, you're like, oh, I'm going to let my people decide what they want to invest in. You know, it's their money. This is America, right? But apparently no. This policy change is inconsistent with the long-standing practice. The Labor Department has long permitted employers to offer brokerage windows as an option to employees who prefer to personally manage the money, like me. They worked hard to earn. Amen. So the agency's new guidance ends this tradition of economic empowerment in favor of big brother government control. Remember the lens that you're listening to this through. Additionally, the Labor Department's overreaching guidance seeks to place a massive new regulatory burden on 401k plan fiduciaries by requiring them to assess the suitability of investments offered through a brokerage window and to restrict investment options. If a company or financial firm allows their 401k investors to choose to invest in cryptocurrency, they will now be at risk of heavy-handed enforcement actions. Additionally, the guidance was published without announcement, and the agency skirted the notice and public comment process put in place by Congress that agencies are required to follow. Americans should be able to invest their retirement savings as they choose. Can I get an amen and a heck yeah? So how could anyone disagree with this? I don't know. Maybe all those people who go around saying people are too stupid to manage their own money, too stupid to make their own decisions. Well, I strongly disagree with you, and we don't have to get much more into that. You can leave a comment below, and I'm more than happy to engage anybody on this specific topic, on this high level topic. Specifically to this, don't you think this is interesting? So I spoke about this also before when we talked about the executive order that came out from Biden. Everyone was like, "Oh, right, you're making crypto super." What was the word? Legitimizing it because it's coming out of the president's mouth and all these other agencies. Janet Yellen's changing her tone. Well, guess what? Joe Biden has put in place some and people who he did not replace. These people leading these different groups, as you could see, the Labor Department's blah, blah, blah agency that has a lot of power. Whoever's in there probably doesn't like crypto either. There's been a ton of anti-crypto, non-crypto friendly people being appointed by this administration, and a lot of anti-crypto people were there prior. I mean, you see, like, Donald Trump hated crypto. He talks so much smack until, of course, his wife is selling NFTs, and he's like, "But you can go buy my wife's NFTs, but I don't like crypto and Bitcoin." So, like, you got previous government, and the SEC's lawsuit against Ripple Labs was Trump appointees. So we got a lot of people in government heading up these agencies that are not friendly to crypto, being told by the president who put them there, or the president who kept them there, and now maybe he can't get rid of them. I don't know. But the point is, you're like saying, "Hey, everybody, I'm going to say, let's be fair about this. Hey, like, all of my little minions, go and do some research and come back to me with some ideas." Oh, but I'm not going to mention the fact that most of you don't even like crypto anyway. So who's the one making these plans? Anyway, I'm not going to keep going. But point is, you can see that there is work being done here to make sure that you have the right to do what you want with your money. It's not like you're going out and buying things that are going to harm people or putting in financing terrorism or anything like that. Now, that might be the next thing that's coming. They've already tried to do that one. So anyway, my point is, like, there is risk here with the government, but there are members in Congress, and they're not all Republican. I just picked this one. Some of this writing, as you can tell, is like kind of how I think and how I talk. So anyway, what do you think about this? What are your thoughts? We got some big news. We got crypto getting into politics big time and buying into the traditional finance sector, and that's huge. And you have members of Congress trying to write rules and laws to help protect your rights to control your own money and pick your own financial destiny. Now, all that said, you made it to the end, and I got this last little article I thought would be funny. Exclusive Shiba Inu and Red Bull collaboration. Here's what it means. So what does it mean? Absolutely nothing. Basically, it says here that the lead developer of Shiba Swaps, Satoshi Kusama, tweeted that he had a chat with Red Bull, and then one of their influencers said, "Oh yeah, I was there too," and they're like teasing some updates, and there's like a bunch of other stuff kind of coming on. So Shiba Inu is still working to make value out of your coins. I am a Shiba Inu holder. That is one of the coins that I did sell to stick on the sides, but I'm staking a bunch in the protocols, earning yield. And is it going to go anywhere? I don't know. It's a lottery ticket, but that is makes up a very small percentage of my total holdings. And I just thought it would be fun and funny to update you all on it. So what do you think about all this? I gave you some pretty big news. I made some pretty big statements. I even gave a little pieces of information of things that I've learned. Please leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. What are you buying? What are you holding? What are you selling? Are you tax loss harvesting? What do you think about FTX being involved in politics and marrying the traditional finance and the crypto world together with this Robinhood situation? And do you love Shiba Inu? All right. Let me know what you think. Please leave a comment below, like, subscribe, follow, rate me 5 stars. All of that helps support the channel. Doesn't cost you anything, and I appreciate you. Have a good day. Hodl on.